Good evening, everyone, and welcome to NPower's Fall 2025 App Development Graduation. My name is Candace Dixon, and I'm NPower's Associate Vice President of Workforce Innovation, and it's truly an honor to stand with you tonight as we celebrate the graduation of 43 extraordinary individuals. Tonight is not just a graduation, it is a declaration of what's possible when determination meets opportunity, a declaration of what happens when talent is given the chance to rise, and a declaration that no matter the barriers, no matter the odds, you choose to keep going. Graduates, what you accomplished is not easy. You didn't just learn how to code, you learned how to think differently. You learned how to solve problems, how to build, how to persist when things didn't work the first, second, or even the 10th time. For a long time, life was changing, and you had so many things that you were responsible for. There were so many uncertainties that showed up, and that matters because the world of work is changing. For a while, careers were built like ladders, but today, in an AI driven economy, those pathways are shifting. We are moving into a career lattice, a world where your ability to adapt, to learn, to move across roles, and to combine technical skill with human judgment is what is going to set you apart. You leave this program not as developers, but you leave as problem solvers, not just as coders, but as thinkers, not just with technical skills, but the resilience to navigate a changing world. That is your advantage. And you couldn't have made it along this journey alone. I want to take a moment to recognize the incredible community that stood alongside you every step of the way. To our app development team, Javier, Casey, Paula, Key, and Punita, thank you for your leadership, your commitment, your insight, and your encouragement in all the ways that truly mattered. And to the Command Shift Coalition, thank you for your continued belief in this work and in the potential of every learner of this program. It truly does take a community to build opportunity, and this is what community looks like. Graduates, this program works because you showed up for one another. And tonight's class speaker embodies that spirit. She balanced competing priorities, stayed committed through challenges, and remained present, not just for herself, but for her entire cohort. Her voice reflects the shared journey of this class. So I'd like you to please welcome your fall 2025 App Development class speaker, Shanice Dunkley.
Thank you so much, Candice. Thank you. Wow, what can I say? Being here today honestly feels surreal. If you had told me some time ago that I would be here, graduating, completing this chapter, I wouldn't have believed it yet, not fully. Because at that time, I couldn't see this version of my life the way I can now. This journey wasn't just about learning tech skills, it was about transformation. Hi, I am Shanice, and my story is one of faith, resilience, and growth. Moving to Atlanta alone right before the pandemic was not easy. I went through seasons of loneliness, uncertainty, and moments where I truly didn't know what was next. But that season, the one that felt the hardest, became the very place where everything started to shift for me. For years, I worked in the wellness field. I loved helping people, but over time, I began to feel it in every way, physically, emotionally, and mentally. I was tired and I started to lose the passion I once had. And deep down, I knew I was being called into something different. There is a scripture that says, write the vision and make it plain. That vision was placed on my heart, but I didn't move on it right away. I hesitated, I questioned, I doubted, and to be honest, I had fear. But even in that, I was still being guided. And eventually, through prior research, direction, and of course, some chat GPT pointing me the right way, I found NPower. And that decision changed my life. NPower didn't just teach me tech, it built me, it taught me discipline, it built my confidence, it stretched me beyond my comfort zone. And most importantly, it taught me how to show up for myself. The professional development, the mentorship, the speakers, they helped me see something in myself that I didn't fully recognize before. And because of that growth, I began applying what I learned in real life. Within just a few months, my job created a brand new role for me in operation and digital support. That's when it really actually hit me. Growth is real and it shows up when you do the work. Today, I can truly say I am still Shanice, but a better version of myself. I want to take a moment also to express my gratitude. First and foremost, I thank God because without Him, none of this would be possible. To my parents, my mom, Anicia, and my dad, Shan, thank you for always showing up for me, supporting me, and believing in me. To my grandparents, Mama Lawrence and my grandpa Johnson, thank you for your constant prayers and covering over my life. To my amazing church family, Pastor Leda, Pastor Brian, Minister Ivan, and all the other leaders and ministers, thank you for standing in the gap, for your prayers, your support, and your love. To the amazing Empower team, Paula, thank you for being the first step in this journey. Key, from the very first interview, you spoke something over me that I will never forget. You saw something in me before I fully saw it in myself, and I am grateful for that. To Kishana and Holly, thank you for the foundation you built in professional development class. To Panita, thank you for stepping in, for your dedication, for prepping us for interviews, and for pouring into us. To Casey and Javier, thank you for your patience, your support, and your commitment to teaching us. To Candice, thank you for your leadership and always showing up for us. And to every guest speaker, volunteer, and person behind the scenes, thank you. And to my amazing classmates, it has been an honor to walk this journey with you. And I want to leave this with you. I declare that you will receive the right job, the right team, the right environment, the right compensation, and the right growth. Your name will be mentioned in rooms you have not yet entered. The discipline you have built will distinguish you. You will not move from anxiety. You will move from confidence and preparation. You will walk in wisdom, not fear. You will move with strategy, not doubt. And as you step into this next season, I declare discipline, consistency, obedience, and alignment over your lives. You will not waste what you have built. You will steward opportunity well, and you will build with integrity. As for me, I will continue to grow in tech, in cloud, in AI, and one day build something of my own. And NPower will forever hold a place in my personal Guinness World Book of Records as one of the most life changing chapters of my journey. Thank you and congratulations to all of us. We made it.
Wow, Shanice, you really have made it. Congratulations to you this evening. And thank you so much for your bold words. Growth is real and it shows up when you work. And you are the prime example of that. And so are all of the rest of your classmates. Well, everyone, the journey doesn't end here. Tonight, we also celebrate what happens after this moment. What's possible when the skills you've built meet opportunity in the real world. Our alumni speaker represents that next chapter. Naisha Gordon began her career in customer service and administrative roles while exploring her interest in tech through freelance QA testing. She took her first step into the industry as a technical support specialist at Elise AI, a role that gave her exposure and clarity. But Naisha wanted more. So she made a decision to invest in herself and joined NPower. Today, she's a founding QA engineer at the health tech company Recura AI, where she plays a special and key role in ensuring high quality product releases. She's not stopping there. She's continuing her journey with plans to pursue a master's in machine learning to deepen her impact in the field. Everyone, please join me in welcoming tonight's alumni speaker, Naisha Gordon.
Thank you so much for the introduction, Candice. Good morning, everyone. Good evening. I want to start by thanking some amazing people who've made this journey possible. So first, another thank you to Candice, our executive director, for leading this incredible program. To all of our donors, thank you for investing in our growth and giving our graduates, past, present, and future, this opportunity. And a huge shout out to our instructors as well, Sarah, Casey, and Javi. Your passion, patience, and care are what made this program truly memorable. And to the career services team as well, Punita, Kishana, thank you for your guidance in helping our graduates take these skills into the real world. And of course, congratulations to you all, my Path to Tech graduates. The dedication and hard work you've shown over the past few months truly deserves to be celebrated. Just 1 year ago, I was in your shoes. You're probably thinking, what just happened? Is my portfolio ready? Will I ever finish? Am I even cut out for this field? And I can tell you that's completely normal. I had those same exact thoughts myself. 8 months later, I landed my current role as a founding quality assurance engineer. And a big part of getting there boiled down to two things. So the first was refusing to give up. And the second was pushing myself even before I truly felt ready. So what do I mean by that? After the program, I kept learning. I switched back to Python because I just wanted to dive deeper into AI. I took an intro class, an object-oriented programming class, and a data science course. I got really good at programming, or so I thought. But honestly, my brain was still scrambled from React, so I was just happy to have a fresh start in a new language. When I returned to my portfolio project, I switched back to JavaScript, TypeScript specifically, and I hit another roadblock. And I almost gave up, but I pivoted to a different language yet again, Java, which was required for a program I wanted to apply to. And slowly, I picked up Java along the way. And when I came back to my project, everything just clicked. All of the syntax quirks that I struggled with before, they just suddenly made sense. And some might call this jumping around, but I describe it as strategically unblocking myself with a multi-layered learning approach. That's when I realized how strong the foundation we built in this program really was. Yes, it was challenging every step of the way, but that struggle was a part of building a mental map of concepts. And seeing them for the second, the third, and the fourth time is what made it actually click. And this is often how tech works. The first time you encounter a concept, it feels unfamiliar. You have to get comfortable with basically feeling out of your element. And a colleague told me once that learning in tech comes with a certain degree of frustration that you have to manage. Your brain needs time to stare at all the pieces scrambled and separate before it can truly put them together. And it's only then, that's when you experience that moment, that click. That's where everything finally starts to make sense. And so again, I want to celebrate all of you for making it this far. This is not an easy feat. Many of you are balancing full-time jobs. And even for those committing full-time to this program, you've made a huge bet on yourself. And you're winning. The frustration and the confusion you may have been experiencing is a natural part of the process. And if it all made sense from the start, you wouldn't be challenging yourself enough. So hitting a wall means you're growing and you're pushing past your limits and solving real problems that matter. From here, it's about the identity shift and feeling confident in the problem-solving skills that you've developed. In tech, often you won't know everything, but when you do, encounter a problem, you'll realize that you've solved problems before, you've navigated confusion before, and you can do it again. So congratulations again, our class of fall 2025, and thank you for having me as your alumni speaker.
Naisha, thank you so much for reminding us to be confident in the problem solving skills that we've developed, and also reminding us that eventually that click is going to happen. We really appreciate your kind words and ultimately just reminding us that our journey is not defined by where we start, but our willingness to grow, to stretch, and to continue to learn as we move forward. Now, as we look ahead to what it will take to build a more inclusive and future ready workforce, it's important that we hear from leaders who are not only shaping the technology itself, but shaping how people engage with it. It's my honor to introduce you to our keynote speaker, Suzanne Tedrick. Suzanne is a technology strategist whose work spans cloud transformation, AI strategy, and technical enablement at scale. She's held technical leadership roles at Amazon Web Services, Microsoft, and IBM, helping organizations navigate complex digital transformation in an era defined by rapid change. She holds an MBA from the NYU Stern School of Business and a bachelor's degree from Northwestern University. She's also one of the founding members of the Command Shift Coalition and is an author whose work continues to expand the conversation around access, representation, and the future of talent in tech. At a time when stakes are high and the pace of change is accelerating, her voice offers both insight and direction. Everyone, please join me in welcoming Suzanne Tedrick.
Candace, thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. And to all of the graduates, I really want to extend my heartfelt congratulations to all of you, not so much just for finishing this program, but for everything that I know it took to get here today. Although I haven't had the opportunity to meet all of you in person, there's definitely something I know about you. I know that for most of you, you did not have the luxury of focusing just on this program alone. You were working, you were managing responsibilities, you were showing up for other people, you were giving oxygen to others as well as oxygen to yourself most days. And then on top of that, you chose to learn something as demanding as application development on top of everything else. That is not an easy feat. And that shows true grit and resilience. Two things that are not things that can be taught in a classroom. You came in there with both. And I really want to just commend you and say congratulations from the bottom of my heart. To borrow from the author Brene Brown, I always use the quote, "Clear is kind." And so I want to transition into the conversation about the current job market, which to say the least is very, very complicated on a number of different fronts, not to mention the conversation about artificial intelligence or AI. Where are things going? Where do I fit in? And if you're thinking right now, well, what does this mean for me? Where do I fit in this? And how do I navigate something so complex? You are definitely not alone in that many people, experienced and otherwise, are asking themselves that very same question. How I like to think about it is this. Technology definitely disrupts. It reshapes roles. It changes how we get work done, but it doesn't remove the need for people. It just changes how we create value in work in other aspects of our life. AI still requires humans. It still requires us to build it, to guide it, to question it, and decide when it should or shouldn't be used. So for me, the ultimate question isn't whether or not there's going to be a place for you in technology, and specifically as we talk about artificial intelligence, but how do we position ourselves well now that we have this shift in how we are doing things? When I see all of you and I hear your stories, I don't see people who need to be upskilled dramatically. I see people who know how to navigate complexity. I see people who know how to figure things out without perfect instructions and sometimes no instructions at all. I see people who already know how to keep going when it's hard and when things are unclear. And to be honest with you, those are exactly the skills that are needed to be successful in tech today. I want to pivot and talk a little bit about confidence because this is somewhere where I think some people get stuck, and to some extent, I get stuck. And I think that confidence is something that is misunderstood. I think sometimes confidence is people saying, I know exactly what I'm doing, I have all the answers, or I am the most qualified person in the room. And I can tell you from my experience, that is not the case. That's not confidence, but rather, real confidence is the ability to read a situation or to walk in a room and say, I don't know everything, but I do trust myself enough to figure it out. I know who to reach out to, I know who to contact. Because here's the thing that's ultimately going to happen for you. You're going to apply for roles that you don't meet every requirement, and you're probably going to sit in meetings where people use language you've never heard before, or you're going to be asked to solve problems quickly that you have never encountered before. And in these moments, it is very easy to say, I am not ready for this. The truth is, no one is really ready. One of the things that I was told consistently when I worked at IBM, and I've kept it as I've navigated my career, is being comfortable with being uncomfortable. It is in that difference that people find a way forward. And that is where confidence is built in. Not when things are easy or when you feel like you're prepared, but when you make the conscious choice to engage anyway. When you ask those questions, when you try a solution, when you stay in the room instead of talking yourself out of it. And that's what matters. It's not something that you have one day, but it's built over time when you solve a problem or you learn something new or when you push through something that is very, very uncomfortable. These are the proof points that you are developing confidence over time. So if you take anything from this, I would just say that don't wait for that confidence to just kick in because it may not. Act first and let the confidence catch up for you. For the ones that are going to be successful in technology, they're the ones that ask the questions of what's another way to approach this, or where does real impact come from, or where is the opportunity. It's for someone that really thinks outside the box, really creates those solutions instead of waiting for those instructions to come because they may not. So now the question for you is what happens next from here? Because while you're definitely feeling great that you finished the program, this is not the end for you. This really is the starting point of what will be a great career for you. So a few things that I would recommend as you're going forward. Definitely keep building. Big, small, it is really important to make sure that you're constantly building that skill, building something new. Definitely stay connected not only to the many amazing mentors and instructors and people that you've met at NPower, but stay connected to your peers. Opportunities don't really come from just randomly applying for jobs, but sometimes they come from the community that you build as you're together. So please don't lose sight of that. Stay connected, stay with each other as much as you can. Keep learning. If you're going to be in tech, a continuous learning mindset is mandatory. And so there's definitely going to be new things and changes that you're going to have to be ready for and learn from. So always never lose that sense of always wanting to learn, not so much because someone is telling you to do that, but from a place of genuine curiosity. And finally, when things get difficult, because they will, that's part of it. I know specifically, even after getting, through my programs and through difficult interviews, thinking I've got it all figured out and I've got it all planned out, and always running into difficulties or problems. When you have those happen, that's not the time to retreat. If anything, that's when you lean in most and you reach out to your peers, you reach out to your mentors, ask for help. That is a sign of true leadership. And those are definitely the folks that tend to be very successful within the tech industry. And above all, never doubt for a second that you've got this, because if you've made it this far, you've already demonstrated that you are head and shoulders above many, and you're going to do wonderful things. So congratulations to all of you again, and I'm looking forward to seeing your success stories.
Suzanne, thank you so much for those powerful words and that powerful perspective. The reminder that technology disrupts and reshape roles, but there will always need to be a human in the loop. And thank you for giving us a clear definition of confidence and encouraging our graduates to keep building, learning, and stay connected, especially to the communities that they've had the privilege to build here at NPower and along their career journey. We are so grateful to have you celebrate with us today and to share encouragement with all of us, especially as our graduates prepare for their next chapter. Now, we are moving into one of the most meaningful parts of tonight. While every graduate has earned this moment, there are those who worked hard and went above and beyond, and we'd like to recognize them today. So next, we are so excited to present our awards. These awards reflect both achievement and character and the impact of these individuals have had on this app development community. So at this time, I'd like to invite the app development team to the stage. Punita Patel, Casey Reyes, Javier Guerra, Paula Resendez, and Key Abbott. Immediately following the awards, we'll turn our attention to a class video that honors all of our graduates tonight. And to get us started, I'm going to turn the night over to Punita, who will present our first award.
Thank you, Candace. Good evening, everyone. Congratulations, graduates. Today marks not only the completion of an important milestone, but also the beginning of an exciting new journey. It's my pleasure to present the App Development Success Award, which recognizes graduates who have demonstrated outstanding classroom engagement while consistently delivering high-quality assignments. Our first recipient is Shanice Dunkley. Shanice has shown a true passion for technology and lifelong learning throughout this program. She was often the first to jump into classroom discussions by helping break the ice and encourage others to participate. And when something about an assignment wasn't completely clear, Shanice wasn't shy about reaching out to instructors to better understand how she could improve. That curiosity and commitment to growth is exactly what this award celebrates. Now, for our second recipient is Betsy Maya. Betsy has also demonstrated incredible passion for tech and a strong eagerness to learn. She actively contributed to classroom discussions, asked thoughtful questions, and helped lead engagement activities that brought the classroom together. Betsy also went the extra mile by sharing helpful resources with her peers, especially during professional development sessions. Her willingness to support her colleagues for success in the program. Congratulations to both of you for this well-deserved recognition. And with that, I'll pass it over to Casey for the next award.
Thank you, Panita. So this next award is the Core Values Award, which recognizes an individual in the Path to Tech program who demonstrated not only academic excellence, but professionalism and diplomacy. This individual throughout the cohort exemplified what NPower is all about, and I'm sure this trainee, now graduate, will be in good hands moving forward with her life and her career. Congratulations, Azaria Francis. And I'm gonna pass it to Javi for the next award.
Hello, my name is Javier Guerra, and I'm actually the lead instructor for Path to Tech. This is actually our 4th graduation ceremony. And while they have all been amazing, this specific graduation and cohort mean a lot to me. That's because my dog and my best friend Gibbs passed away in February this year during the cohort. I am extremely appreciative of the team for being supportive during that difficult time. I actually want to shout out Nick Javid for giving me a week off to mourn the loss of my best friend, to Casey Reyes for holding down the class while I was gone, and to the trainees in the class who sent out positive wishes. Finally, I actually want to shout out my best friend who passed away. Rest in peace, Gibbs. Although you are gone, you are not forgotten. With that being said, I will be presenting the Path to Perfection Award. This award recognizes individuals who showed up to every single class and turned in every assignment. So congratulations to the following trainee who will receive this award. Sangeeta Prabhu. All right, so I will be passing it off to Paula, who will be presenting the next award.
Yes, hi everybody, and good evening, everyone. For those who don't know me, I am the recruiting and admissions manager for the Path to Tech app development team. Today, we celebrate a leader whose journey reflects passion, growth, and resilience, Eric Castillo. From day one, Eric came into this program inspired by his father, a software engineer in the Dominican Republic, and determined to follow in his footsteps by building a future in tech. And as a part of the Latino community, we know that the path isn't always easy. Many of us face barriers and enter spaces where we don't always see ourselves represented. But Eric met those challenges with determination and heart. He showed up, put in the work, and consistently grew in both skill and confidence. His performance and mock interviews show just how prepared and capable he is for what comes next. Eric represents true leadership, commitment to growth, perseverance through challenges, and the courage to step into new opportunities. Eric, we are proud of you. Congratulations on this well-deserved leadership award. And again, congratulations to all of our graduates. We're so proud of you all. And our last award will be presented by Key.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Key Abbott, and I've had the pleasure of being the Advocacy Support Manager for App Development class of fall of 2025. I would like to introduce the recipient of the NPower Beacon Award. This award recognizes the graduate who exemplifies positivity, collaboration, and grit. Committed to achieving their goals, the recipient of this award uplifted, inspired their fellow classmates while facing personal challenges of their own, serving as a beacon of hope in their class. This honoree maintained a strong sense of optimism and a great hope for their future, encouraged those around them to do the same. It's a pleasure to present this award to Peace Udoma. Peace came into this program with no computer science background, but a desire to go in a different direction in her life and to better her life, to grow and to upskill to meet the future where it would be. She didn't know if she would be good at it, but she knew she wanted to try and give it her all. Peace brought her smile, passion, determination to the class. She had many challenges while in the class where she thought she would need to quit because she always put everyone before herself. We had a little chat, she cried it out, and she reminded herself that this was for her. She proved that no matter what you go through, that if it's what you want, you can achieve it, no matter how hard things get. Peace, you are a beacon, and I am so happy you believed in yourself like we believed in you. Congratulations, Peace. It has been an absolute pleasure having you in the App Development Fall 2025 class. I hope you will continue to be a beacon for others, and I can't wait to see what you accomplish next. And congratulations.
Graduates, this is your moment. You showed up, you did the work, and proved what you're capable of. Carry that confidence with you and keep pressing forward. Stay curious, stay bold, and don't hold back. We all are so proud of you. Thanks to your families, partners, and to NPower staff for supporting this journey. Good night, everyone.